Okay, meeting all 78 cards. You've gone through the minors, the majors, the courts, and 78 cards is a lot to take in, and you've all done so well. It's an ongoing adventure that you experience in your everyday life. So as you keep learning the basics and you blend your experiences through journaling, meditating, speaking with your guides, your spirit family, you become more in tune and connected with your deck, even just picking up your deck, even if you don't even feel like, and as I've even picked that up, I've got goosebumps running through me. They do enjoy, because you're energizing this as your spiritual tool to connect with spirit, they will download information into this deck for you. If you wanted to start using a pendulum, you could start enhancing the energy of a pendulum, whichever you like. Focus on your cards, because that's where they will know that you're tuning in here, and it's easier for them to have access to you. When you feel spirit, the messages come so easily. When you question yourself, that's ego. Ego will make you doubt, did I really hear that? That's the ego's job. When you hear simple things from spirit, it could even be a bird that comes and lands on the windowsill, or sudden breeze that comes up in the room. That could be that inner knowing, all of those things that we are already sensing, but we heighten that sense when we meditate, tune in, and focus on the cards. Remembering too that as you go about your day, it could be people you meet, and we talked about this earlier, about putting a face to a card just to help you ignite the memory, because that will help you go into the card a little bit deeper and go, okay, I associate it with that. Then you can add your layers on top of it. If you look at a particular card and you hit a roadblock, it's always handy to have that extra sense of, that's right, when I looked at this card last time, it meant this. Just to use that as a bit of a jolt. It won't necessarily mean it's going to mean the same thing next time, but it will give you that energy to start working with it. So let's say I'm going to pull a card to give you an example. Seven of Wands. Sevens are always the catalyst. So remember, in the Seven of Wands, we're looking at personal development here and the catalyst for change. I look at this card and see how there's one shoe up, one shoe down. So there's been a lot of movement in this card about which way do I go, which way, and holding ground and holding steady. Don't let other people's opinions shake your foundations. As you're getting to know the cards, hold the faith in yourself. Other people's opinions might need to just be put on the side burner for a little bit. So even when you're learning, make sure that you have people around you that can hold space for you and do encourage you. These other ones here, sometimes a challenge is a good thing. Just when you're starting, make sure that you know how to stand your ground, because all of these people can represent your ego. So how do you rise above your ego? How do you stand in that position of, I've got this, I heard spirit, and I know that we're on the same page, I know that we're working together. That's how I would see this card. So reading and asking questions. Yes, no questions, they're not the best way to go. Yes, no questions are, rather than doing that, if there's a partner question or a boyfriend question or girlfriend, it might be, what is the energy Someone might say, does my boyfriend love me? Yes or no? Don't go there. How does my current energy influence my partner's love for me? Or what is the current energy around our relationship? That would be a better way to go. Because then you're using the cards as a tool, a psychological tool, a spiritual tool, as to how you can embody a higher level of your energy and bring that to the relationship. You're not putting it out there that you want your partner to love you. It's about, how am I turning up for the relationship? Am I in the best place that I can be to turn up in the best way for my partner? There could be other ways or other questions about selling a house maybe. Is my house going to sell, yes or no? Well, a better way would be, what is the energy around the sale of my house being a success? It could be that you could walk past auction signs or for sale signs and you could feel the energy of that house, and then if you wanted to, you could come back and pull a card just as practice. Or if you see a car for sale or something like that. It could be what is the energy around me getting this particular job that I've applied for? That's a really good way of asking that question. Sometimes it could be, what is the energy around getting that job? And it could be the Five of Wands, say, and you'll know that there's a lot of competition for that particular job. So how can you elevate your resume, or your client, how can they elevate their resume to be different to the pack? So then we look at timing. The court cards offer a really clear time frame with their astrological elements that we've gone through and that are listed. If you want to be more specific, and I set the intention of pulling a card for a time frame of something happening, it won't be around the meaning of the particular card. It will be around, so if it was the Five of Swords, it wouldn't be the meaning of the Five of Swords. It would be, this will happen in 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months. You can go to March, or it could be the 5th of the month. That's a great way to ask a question, and that works really well. If you're pulling major arcana and for timing, you can be looking at the planets there as well, and you'll have your guide there. And also, if you're looking at when am I going to hear from, and it could be another love question, but when am I going to hear from my partner or my boyfriend or the person that I'm interested in? Again, you'd be pulling the intention of, this isn't about the actual relationship, but it's just a number for timing. I hope that makes sense. So we're going to be looking at 1-card questions, 2-card questions, and 3-card questions. And I've got here for you that I'll be putting as a PDF, the 1 cards, the 2 and the 3. So I'll pull an example out of each, and we'll do each one of those pulls, and I'll have the camera turned up. So see you in a sec to do those.